Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Supreme Minority and Supreme Mindset. So today I wanted to talk to you about self-love. And I did actually record this, but I forgot to put my microphone on, so there was no sound. So here we go, take two. So I just wanted to look at today the part about self-love, because I've recently finished reading Fern Cotton Happy, and if anyone's looking for a little bit of a perk up book, Fern's book, this one in particular, it's really, really good in terms of boosting a bit of self-morale and a bit of self-love on all aspects, not just body, but the whole aspect of life. So book recommendation. But part of the section in the book was actually talking about Fern's demons, of how she's viewed her body. And I know that as a backstory for me, I've had a very destructive relationship with my body over the years. You know, from kind of growing up being a bit of a tomboy, I would always be more of the chunky kid in the group. I would always feel like I'm never fully good enough. Was never really particularly brilliant at sporting things, but I'd always try and keep up. Which then led me into high school of never being the most attractive. So then went through eating disorders, would abuse my body in so many ways, and not just through food, but just, yeah, on a much deeper level. I was just very disrespectful to my body, and I'm pretty sure that there's other people out there as well that have been struggling, especially one thing that resonates right now from what I've heard from a couple of people is they're getting the love of the body back after they've had a child. So what you need to realise is that your body is absolutely incredible. So it self-heals, it moves, it creates, and it changes through life. I mean, look at the growth from like being a child, being a baby, up into adolescence, into adulthood, and how we can change it as well, relating it back to bodybuilding. You know, just, yeah, everyone can go on a diet, everyone can do that, but bodybuilding as well is like the next level of extreme. Eating disorders on the opposite, like, kind of negative end of the spectrum, again shows what the body is capable to that negative detriment extreme. So it's really important that you do love what you've got. So it does pick up on energy, whether this is good or bad, and that's words and thoughts. So it's really, really powerful that you do not underestimate what you say to yourself in here, verbally, everything. Your body will pick up on that. So how do you talk to your body? This is really important. And I think the way that you actually talk to yourself every single day is key. Now this first point, so point number one, is to write down a daily affirmation that you are going to say to yourself. And you're going to say this every day in front of the mirror. At first, you are going to feel stupid, but you will learn to incorporate this more and more. So whether you want to say it just a couple of times every day to start off with, but eventually building, so you're saying this at least 10 times to yourself over and over every day, whether it's just first thing in the morning or if you want to do it at lunchtime as well. So like, you know, if you're out and about in the car, before you get out of the car, wherever you feel is your safe space to do this, make sure you've got at least one allocated point in the day. Generally when you're getting ready is easiest because you can see yourself in the mirror do this as well. And I want it to be something like just 3 lines, something to say, you are enough, you are awesome, you are brilliant. And say that, but you're going to say it in the first person. So I am strong, I am beautiful, I am creative. So whatever them 3 words are going to be that you're going to choose, that's just 6 ideas there that you could use to actually build up a daily affirmation for yourself to be able to say this. And this has to be every single day. If you know that you struggle with self-love, you need to start doing this. Just do it. So the second thing is a little bit of a reflective piece, and I want you to write a letter to your body, and it's going to start with the first line of "Dear Body." And in this letter, you're going to start off by saying everything that you're sorry for. So reflect on the past and just acknowledge everything that you possibly may regret. You know, you shouldn't always regret everything though. You know, it's in the past, it's been and gone, but acknowledge what you've previously put your body through in previous parts of your life that you maybe not be very happy about, that may not have been constructive, that may have been quite detrimental to your health and well-being, and acknowledge all that. So how you've viewed your body, the things that you've abused and the wrongs that you've possibly done to your body. And then you're going to move on to the next part of it, which is all the thank yous. So state what, you know, thank you for my body being capable. So for me, thank you for being capable of growth, of development, of progression in the gym, of getting stronger in the gym, allowing me to be able to do bodybuilding competitions and then come out of the other side, and for my body to still be working and functioning in most instances when it's done right. And then what are the things that it's done for you? What has your body allowed you to do throughout your life, from being born to right now, present day? You've got to acknowledge this. Also what it's achieved, what it's seen, the experiences that you've put it through. You know, if you've been trekking somewhere, or if you've done like a marathon, if you've competed, if you are a CrossFitter, if, I don't know, you know, if you've given birth however many times, be thankful that your body's been able to do that. Some people do not have that privilege. They do not have that luxury. You have to be grateful of what you've been able to achieve so far with your body. And this is no comparing to anybody else. This is you. And then lastly, in terms of, you know, you can even do everything that your body's tasted, all the wonderful food experiences it's been allowed to have, all the different drinking experiences, you know, just everything then internal, how you've nourished and you've been able to feed it certain things to get better, to get well, overcoming illness, recovery. So if you've had any injuries, broken bones, severe illness, and you've recovered, acknowledge that and be grateful of that. It is so important. And then write yourself a vow at the end. So my vow right now is to be accepting of how my body currently is in its current state of play. You know, we are quarantined, we are self-isolating, we are stuck at home, but my vow is to maintain my mental well-being, my physical capabilities through home workouts, and to acknowledge the fact that we are all in the same boat, and I can do, and I have a choice of exactly how much I do and offer my body right now. I can start to look and address and fill in the gaps of any health holes. So if it's not taking enough supplementation, having a look at my supplementation and making sure I'm filling the gaps of, right, my joints aren't feeling quite good enough at the minute. What can I do to bridge that gap? My flexibility isn't great right now. What can I do? And I have actually started yoga. So I've started yoga in the morning. I've got back on track with my meditation. So my mental state, I'm blocking and bridging those gaps. And that's part of my vow to myself, is to ensure the best health and well-being through supplementation, through daily movement, through stretching and yoga, and through mindset and meditation. And write that down, get it all into a letter. I really, really urge that you do this. So to recap, the first thing to do is to set up your daily affirmation of what you're going to say to yourself. And then number 2 is to write yourself a Dear Body letter. And I really, really hope this starts to help you on your path of self-love. Obviously, there are many different ways that we can start to look at this together. If this is something that you do struggle with further and you would like to have more assistance with this, please either drop me a message in the comments, get in touch via Instagram, Facebook, send me a DM. So it's Sam Supreme Minority or The Supreme Minority. You can also reach us on email at suprememinority@gmail.com, or via our website. Just send us an inquiry across, and that is www.suprememinority.co. And thank you for watching today. Really appreciate it, and go and love yourself. Okay.